Welcome back, guys. Emo Tempest here, and today we're back with another card of the week. It seems like this is going to be the last one. Like I thought, next week is the pre-release already, which is super exciting. I can't wait to get my hands on these cards. And then the following week, the set drops. So let's get on with it. Cloud of Darkness, Ice, 4-drop, 8k forward. Let's see. Greetings, everyone. This is FFTCG producer Tauro Kageyama. It's going to be our final, spoiler of Opus 10, Ancient Champions. Let's get with it. Cloud of Darkness, forward, Wraith, category 3, 4-drop. When Cloud of Darkness enters the field, you may put a character you control into the break zone. When you do so, your opponent selects one dual forward he or she controls, put it into the break zone. Okay, so the first part I'm glad is optional. Let's see what else. When Cloud of Darkness attacks, each player selects up to 2 active characters he or she controls. Select as many as possible. Dull them and freeze them. Okay, so this seems very risky. I'm assuming there's going to be a deck around this. Let's think. First thoughts are its first part seems a little weaker than the new Kefka's. Now, and also the fact that it has to be dull, right? But this is on enters, so I believe Kefka is when he attacks, so it's a little slower and it's a little different. But then Cloud also has, when attacks, each player selects up to 2 active characters. Dull them and freeze them. Okay, so now let's keep going. How to take advantage of this? Putting things like Guy, maybe the Yang. I think the Yang is can't be dull or frozen by your opponents, but Guy says cannot be dull or frozen by any card abilities, I believe, or cannot be dulled. They can be frozen, but they can't be dulled. So selecting him and something else would probably be your best bet. Also having monsters that already resolved that can just trigger, like Luminous Puma or what else? Stuff like Death Guys. I'm thinking Earth Ice, honestly, off the top of my head for this card. Let's see. Let's read on a little bit. Cloud is what you may consider standard size card. Yeah, it's on curve with 2 auto abilities. I see that. And then he goes on to talk about how Goomba can be beneficial. Yeah, I can see that because you can put Goomba into the break zone, get another Goomba back, and then your opponent has to select something, as well as Bobliz to get a Shiva. So you're kind of plus, so you're kind of breaking even at the very least. When Cloud of Darkness enters the field, you may put one character. Remind me, Famfrit, Cloud of Darkness at first glance, you might think you can also choose your free 5 backup spaces. Cards like Schrodinger, this works essentially finish after the first enters the field. Yeah, so like I said, monsters and stuff that have already resolved their effects. And then moving on to stuff that stays dull and frozen. Cards like Goomba have no disadvantages with being placed in the break zone. Bobliz, okay, that's that. Okay, so it'll pair well with Garland, I guess, if you have already started freezing his cards and you're limiting how much CP they can generate. I'm also getting a Death Machine vibe from this. Not to say that it's gonna be as strong as what we thought Death Machine actually was right off the top of right from the jump, because we did have that little issue at the Fire CC, I think it was, with everyone playing Death Machine but playing it incorrectly because of the translation error. I hope there is no translation. It seems pretty straightforward. I don't know, this one's also a little lackluster, but I'm sure someone's going to come up with something for this. But I guess he's saying you can play this Emperor to bring out another Emperor if you have to, get rid of stuff. I think realistically, too, if player selects up to 2 active characters she controls, dull them and freeze them. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Ash would be good, too. You can activate her whenever. She obviously doesn't get the buff, but having that option. Also, playing this in Wind might be nice because you'll have access to Bart's, obviously. Layak is actually very important with this, too, because you'll be able to dull and freeze stuff. And assuming your opponent finds a way to get through this, Layak can effectively just break stuff up. I think, actually, a Wind Ice deck might actually be the most beneficial for this. I started thinking Earth too, but Wind has the ability to activate stuff like I think for low cost. I want to say Azura or Shemhasai, I think, activates stuff. Obviously, Diabolos activates things. So just being able to cripple your opponent, like from producing CP or even from developing board on certain turns. Honestly, Vayne might be ridiculous too, right? So let's say you have this, and then you Cloud Darkness attacks. You get off one attack. Obviously, each player selects up to 2 active characters. You duel them and freeze them, right? So you'll duel and freeze the Vayne, which isn't gonna be that serious, and you also duel and freeze, I don't know, whatever, right? But your opponent has to select stuff too, and they have to choose between either not having their forwards active, right, or their backups active, and then Vayne is gonna tax them. So I can also see this in a very tax-heavy deck. Just in what I mean is because you can reduce how much CP they're actually in control of, and if you ever manage to get this Garland and maybe some Flandits on board, it's going to be very, very difficult. But yeah, there is the Tax Collector deck that's been running around. This might pair well in that deck. I'm surprised this is an L, honestly. I felt this feels more like an H, but I guess because it has 2 abilities, it earned the title earned the rank of L, of Legendary for this set. This isn't my personal playstyle, so I'll probably be steering away from this. Yeah, I guess let me know what you guys think. Let's read these last thoughts. As mentioned at the beginning, this is the last Opus 10 spoiler. Soon we will have a pre-release tournament, then the 2019 World Championship, the Winter Cup, and in Japan, the 3rd Masters Tournament. I hope this helps get a head start on gleaning information on the true potential of Opus 10 cards and lead you victorious in your environment. Yeah, I hope so too. Let me know what you guys think. These are my first thoughts. This will be the last card of the week for a little while. Then we're going to start getting into Opus 10. I'll probably do a pre-release kit for you guys, box opening, and then some more stuff. And then we can get into the decks, which is what I'm excited about. I'm going to pull as much information as I can going into Worlds. So stick around for those videos. And thanks for watching, guys.